Hello United fans, welcome to the United Report, your go-to source for the latest news, match updates and transfer stories straight from Old Trafford. Manchester United have been handed a boost in their pursuit of prolific sporting striker Victor Gyökeres. United have been heavily linked with a move for the Sweden international, who has scored 32 goals in 30 games across all competitions so far this season. A move to Old Trafford would see Gyökeres reunite with Red Devils boss Ruben Amorim, having thrived under the Portuguese at Sporting. However, Amorim has promised his former club he will not raid them in the January transfer window, and any pursuit of Gyökeres will instead have to wait until the summer. It had emerged that Bayern Munich were eyeing the 26-year-old this month, with the German giants looking to add more depth and competition up front. It now seems as though Bayern's interest in Gyökeres has cooled, with the Bundesliga side focusing their efforts on other forward targets. According to Sky Sports Germany, Bayern are in talks with Chelsea over a deal for Christopher Nkunku. Nkunku has made just 3 Premier League starts under Enzo Maresca so far this season, with the Chelsea boss preferring Nicholas Jackson as his first-choice striker. And it is claimed that Nkunku is keen on a move to Bayern and has already agreed terms. The 27-year-old is said to be Bayern's top transfer target this month, and they want to sign him on a permanent deal rather than a loan. The two clubs remain locked in talks over the transfer, and Mathys Tel could be included in the deal. When asked if Nkunku had expressed a desire to leave Chelsea this month, Maresca insisted, No. We didn't speak about nothing with Christopher. But the last time I said that, he will listen if a player tells him they want to leave. It's because in the end, we want all the players, as we said before, to try to be happy. Knowing the ones that are not playing, they are not happy. It is normal. I think also in this case, Christopher also wants to play, and he wants to be happy. He's 27, probably the oldest one. No matter the age, the players want to play, and if they do not play, then they are not happy. A number of other Chelsea players are also expected to be on the move this month, including Ben Chilwell, Renato Vega, Carney Chukwuemeka, Cesare Casade and Axel Disasi, as the Blues look to trim their squad. The power brokers at Manchester United will not allow Marcus Rashford to join another Premier League club this month. Rashford, 27, admitted he was ready for a new challenge last month, generating interest in his services from all across Europe. But some of United's top-flight rivals have also been weighing up a potential move for the forward. However, United would not be willing to sanction a domestic switch, as first revealed by the Daily Star. And that is set to leave the likes of Chelsea, Tottenham and West Ham, all of whom have shown signs of interest in Rashford, bitterly disappointed. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is said to have no desire to sanction such a move, meaning Rashford is likely to join an overseas club in the coming weeks. United know they will have to supplement a significant portion of Rashford's £350,000 a week wages in order to get him off the books in the January transfer window. And Ratcliffe is unwilling to do that, and potentially aid a domestic rival in finishing above Manchester United come the end of the season. Rashford has already received offers from Saudi Arabia and the United States, but the player's preference is to remain in Europe. AC Milan are leading the race to sign him and have held talks with Rashford's representatives. No agreement has been reached though, with plenty of other clubs also lurking in the background. Ruben Amorim has hardly used Rashford since taking charge of the club back in November. And he was giving nothing away when he was asked if the forward has already played his last game for the club. I don't know, he said. I don't know, we'll see. He is a player for Manchester United. We'll see. He has to work. He has to represent this club, and he loves this club, but I have to make choices. I already spoke about how I make the choices, so it is what it is. So let's continue. Let's see the next game. And like I said, I have to make a selection. Manchester United could finally be about to move ahead with their first signing of the January transfer window after missing out on Randal Kolo Muani. United have endured a quiet winter window regarding transfer business, regarding new signings following the £180 million investment in the summer transfer window. However, Ruben Amorim's squad is in need of reinforcements across the board following a tough start to the 2024/25 season. Injuries at left-back to Luke Shaw means that position is of focus, with a centre-forward also tipped. But big money transfers are all but off the table this month due to concerns of complying with the Premier League's profitability and sustainability rules, PSR. One name that has been mentioned with a move to Old Trafford is Paris Saint-Germain striker Kolo Muani. The France international is currently struggling for game time in Paris, with Luis Enrique preferring Goncalo Ramos throughout. A loan move had been touted, but any chance of the forward moving to Manchester have been scuppered, with him closing in on a move to Juventus. It's understood that the 26-year-old will move to Turin on loan, with no buy option included. Losing out on Kolo Muani is a blow for Amorim, but when one door closes, another presents itself. His move to the Allianz Stadium places doubt over Dusan Vlahovic's future at the club, and he could be available this month. Various reports have linked the Serbia international with a move to Arsenal this month, amid their concerns in attack. Vlahovic's contract at Juventus is set to expire in 2026, meaning the Italian side are running out of time to cash in. CalcioMercato.com have claimed that Juventus would be willing to listen to offers for the striker, and it's understood that he would be enthusiastic over the idea of a move to the Premier League. A fee of €60 million, €50.4 million, has been mooted, a fee United simply can't afford this month. However, with Kolo Muani coming in temporarily, a loan move for Vlahovic makes perfect sense for United. Not only do they get a new face in attack, but they can make the most of the situation in Turin and revisit Kolo Muani's situation in the summer. United have secured their first signing of 2025, with youngster Diego Leon completing a move to the club. The 17-year-old defender completed a medical to finalise his move from Paraguay side Cerro Porteño on Monday. Marcus Rashford's Manchester United transfer saga has continued to rumble on this month, with each passing day making it seem all the less likely that a resolution will be found. When Rashford was dropped from the squad that beat Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium, the consensus was that it was a warning to the forward to buck his ideas up. However, it ended up being the beginning of the end. A few days later, Rashford's interview with Henry Winter was published, declaring his desire to seek a new challenge away from Old Trafford. He insisted that when the time comes to leave United, he will not speak ill of the club, nor does he want to leave the Reds on bad terms. Those objectives are admirable, but with each passing day, they seem harder to accomplish. Rashford missed the trip to Liverpool due to illness, and it was assumed that was also the case for his absence at Arsenal. Whether it was or wasn't, Rashford was not missed in either squad, as United continued to move on without him. Now, the forward has taken to social media to post himself in the gym, training hard, and confirming he is now recovered from his illness. At first glance, this feels like a clear message directed at Ruben Amorim and United, expressing his desire, without the use of words, to play for the Reds again before a move is sealed. However, it could also be interpreted as a message to potential suitors. It is believed Rashford's agent and brother Dane has been in Europe exploring options for his client and sibling. You would not be surprised if Dane has been met with questions over whether the winger is worth the investment. Let's not forget, Rashford is on a hefty wage, and his form has not reflected the salary he currently receives. He has not played since the beginning of January, and potential suitors would need reassurances that Rashford could hit the ground running, if required. His post on social media, showing his dedication to staying in shape, is perhaps the strongest message yet that he is in a position to play for a new club straight away. Right now, any deal, whether it be a loan or permanent, seems like the priority for Rashford and United. The longer the speculation continues, the more damage it does to his reputation at Old Trafford. It seems ludicrous to suggest a trip to the Emirates or Anfield could be an easier assignment than a home clash against a so-called smaller team. Yet when character is an issue in your side, maybe it's not so far-fetched a suggestion. Manchester United did something only 6 teams have managed this season when they stopped Liverpool taking all 3 points in the recent Premier League clash at Anfield. They then dug in and managed to take their FA Cup tie with Arsenal to penalties, despite playing more than an hour with 10 men following Diogo Dalot's expulsion. If a side can do that, having been battered by Newcastle in a 2-0 defeat that could easily have seen the visitors score 4 or 5 by half-time, a result that came just days after being beaten by relegation strugglers Wolves. Something must be wrong. Bruno Fernandes suggested as much following the draw at Liverpool, telling Sky Sports, "Obviously, I think it's a really good result, and we could have won the game in the end, but I think it's a fair result. Both teams played really good, and it was intense football. There were chances for both sides, but we can't be satisfied. And I'm pretty upset because if we showed this today against Liverpool, who are first in the league, at Anfield, so they are probably the outstanding team in the league this season, why can't we do this every week? Off days are part and parcel of sport, and no team can be at their best 100% of the time. But the United captain makes a very fair point when they've been so frequent for so long. United's last 2 games have seen them afforded rare midweeks off, with a 6-day gap between the Newcastle and Liverpool games and a 7-day break between the Liverpool and Arsenal matches. The schedule gave Ruben Amorim precious time on the training ground with his squad, the first time he's been afforded such a luxury since his appointment in early November. So were the improved displays at Anfield a result of extra training and time to gel on the Carrington training pitches? Or is this simply a United squad that is prepared to turn up for the big occasions, yet goes missing against teams they should be beating?